Oh, Canada. I am like a goalie. No dog nuttery gets by me. But instead of using a stick to save, I use an axe to butch these dogs. Welcome back to another dog nuttery in Canada. This is episode 4. We're going to shine the light on dog nuttery in Canada, and a lot of these things has they've slipped by me, and I didn't even realize it was going on. Even though I reside up north in the North, up in Canada, a lot of this dog information just slipped by me, and I didn't even notice it. But nevertheless, I know now, and the light is going to be shined on this dog nuttery in Canada. I'm Gore the Dog Butcher. Um, I'm gonna do what we always do, and that is, put dog hatred on the airwaves. And I think it needs to happen. These types of things do need to happen, and to let these dog nutters know that their behavior and the dog behavior is unacceptable. If these dogs were, wasn't so bad, then I probably wouldn't say anything. But it's getting very worse. It's being pushed on people, pushed and pushed and pushed more than anything in this world, and I don't like it. It's unfair. It's it's just ridiculous how something like dogs can be pushed so significantly. It can be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed everywhere you go. And for many years, no one has said anything. I'm talking about just exclusively in Canada. No one has said anything. I was born here, and I even being on the internet, I've never heard of a Canadian or someone in Canada say they hate dogs. I've heard it in America, Europe, how they hate dogs. But in Canada, I've never heard it up close, never heard it on the internet, never, 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 never heard it. And this is a good change. I think this is a good change. This is progress, nevertheless. But we're going to shine a light on a few things that I found that has been looming around in Canada. And I'm going to shed some light on it, not to promote it, not to support it, but to hopefully dismantle it and let people know, hey, this dog nuttery here is unacceptable. I'm going to be talking in a perspective that is different from the normal dog narrative. Again, I'm going to try not to say again so much, but people push these dogs, worship these dogs here as if it's nothing. But that needs to change. If these dogs, were respectable and it wasn't so bad, they weren't so everywhere, then I wouldn't say anything. But that's not the case. But anyway, let's get started. First thing that slipped under my nose for quite some time, and I didn't even know about this. Canada banned street dogs from more than 100 countries starting Wednesday. This happened last year in September the 27th, 2022. Dog rescue organizations in Canada hope the federal government will have a change of heart over the ban on street dogs. So based on this short little sentence, a lot of Canadians want these nasty ass street dogs, dirty ass street dogs, into our country, into our streets, into our homes. Dirty, filthy, into our homes. Again, the title of this broadcast, channel, whatever you want to call it, is Worthless Mutts. There's no other real animal that requires saving and rescuing than dogs. How can these things not be worthless? If these people want to keep bringing these nasty things into our country, into our homes, if they can't survive on their own here or anywhere, then they're worthless. If they require this much rescuing excuse my language, every freaking day, then they are worthless. The only thing that requires this on a daily, not even daily, on a let's say hourly basis are dogs. Gotta save dogs. Gotta take care of them. Gotta do this, all this. And how are they not worthless? In June, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency announced that commercial dogs intended for resale, adoption, fostering, yada yada yada, at high risk for rabies will be banned from entering Canada. So the Canadian government, just based on this, they want these dogs have diseases on them. They have diseases. I don't think it's just rabies. They have various diseases on them, and we have Canadians wanting to bring these filthy, dirty dogs into our country. Remember, we spent 2-3 years dealing with the you know what, wearing our face mask, getting our pokey poke. Just to keep healthy, just to keep safe, but yet they want to bring in filthy dogs into our country. Again, I don't think it's just rabies. It's very other diseases. It's a viral disease that attacks the central nervous system of mammals, including humans. The government's website notes the said dog rabies kills 59,000 people every year in countries affected by the ban, including Afghanistan, Ukraine, mainland China. And a lot of these countries, they have these street dogs in the city, dirty, filthy street dogs in the city. And again, these things are worthless. No other animal is so filthy, even when living on their own in the jungle. You can't find another filthy animal, not even pigs. Dogs are filthy. Even when they live, we can say free in the city, free on the streets, they're filthy. And they have all this rabies, all these diseases. Only dogs do this. Only dogs. Sure, other animals have other diseases as well, but that is like the few of them. But yet, they are able to survive on their own without having to be rescued by dog nutters. So you can't say other animals have diseases, other animals need rescuing, but dogs, by the millions, are always being rescued nearly every day. On the streets, in a home, being abused, in the shelter, over and over and over and over. Tell me, can you find a pug in the jungle living its life alone? No, you cannot. These things cannot survive on their own. They breathe too damn hard. So if they're about to try to find food, their breathing would alert the prey, and their prey would be like, this dumbass thing is breathing so hard, I'm out of here. They would not be able to survive. No dog could survive in the jungle, in the wild. Proof of that is this article where they want to save these worthless mutts and bring them into Canada. Very disheartening, said this dog nut rescuer of Ontario, co-founder whatever her name is, who has been working with a rescuer in Cairo and has flown some 30 dogs to the region. Isn't this considered abduction in a way? Wouldn't this be considered abduction if you just to go into some country, take these things who never asked to be taken and bring them to a different place? And they add, they're a little bit scared. No shit, you're bringing them in. You have these people they've never seen before, weird people coming in and snatching them, placing them in probably cages, then bring them to a place they know not where this, bring them to another place where, again, winters can be very cold. Now, of course, they might be a little scared, but now now I'm scared. Now I'm scared of getting these diseases. I'm scared of being attacked and looking at these worthless mutts. We have some very close friends in Egypt that are out there on the streets every day, and they see the horrors that these dogs have to go through again because they're worthless. They're stupid. This is proof that they are stupid. They're stupid. She'll come out of her house and there's like $10, $20 poisoned on the street because they are annoying. And I'm going to, again, in a lot of these places, they consider dogs as pests or a nuisance. And I'm going to touch base on another article where they're using these worthless mutts to deal with another real animal nuisance. And you're going to see that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and you're going to see that this is all about dog worship. It's all about dog worship. They only care about the dog. Again, they're only poisoned because they're stupid. They're annoying. They're hurting people. So what do you expect people to do? Just walk and get attacked? They walk, get attacked. They I don't know. They get medical attention. They still got to go out there. Nothing changes. Most of the regions affected by the ban are Africa, Central, South America, Asia, Middle East, Eastern Europe. And again, most of these places, they have a lot of stray dogs about. So why would they not try to do something? Why would civilians not try to put these things down? It's frustrating. Doesn't make a lot of sense. What do you mean doesn't make a lot of sense? They're bringing in these nasty dogs, disgusting, worthless dogs into the country. You guys get the point here. And they are, and I mean, they were trying to reconsider this ban. I should have checked the update on this thing, but back in October, they were trying to reconsider the ban at the risk of rabies. So these dog nuts, they want these filthy dogs into our country. Even though they have rabies, hey, let's bring them into our country, into our homes. Because they're worthless. They're worthless. These things are worthless. They're worthless. This here is a worthless mutt. You're worthless. Can't do shit for yourself. Can't protect yourself. Can't survive. Can't hunt. Can't make your own damn home. Can't live on your own. Nope, you can't do that. Always need these dog nutters to help you survive because you're freaking worthless. You're annoying. I pretty much read the same. It's pretty much the same thing as the other one, but it's just ridiculous. Look how filthy this thing is. These are filthy dogs. And again, they want these things in our homes. They want these nasty things in our homes. for absolutely nothing. But again, it's all business. These people probably paid agents to go get these things, bring these things to another agency where they pay them, and these other people give these dogs to someone else, so they pay them. So now they are gonna sell it to the dog nuts, so they get the money and they share the wealth. It's all business at the end of the day. It's a landmine, man. It's all business, but there's some pleasure in it, I guess you can say. But as they banned these worthless mutts, they rushed to bringing over 50 dogs into Ontario. 50 nasty dogs. And they got them from Pakistan, brought them to Mississauga. And okay, never mind. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. But yeah. Um yeah, so this article based in Bradford, Ontario. It's about service dogs. Oh boy, open up a whole new world to local teen with autism. I in the past I've had the pleasure to work with many children with autism, um, and other than one occasion, most of them did not require or need some worthless mutt. They didn't. Worthless mutt isn't going to help them read or write, help them, learn pro-social skills. It doesn't happen. Didn't see one. A lot of them don't need them at all. Even the kid that had it, long story short, the stupid thing just sat in the back. Yeah, I can't believe that even happened. This was like way before. My I did this stuff where I was in a classroom, literally in the same classroom as a worthless mutt. Um, I was a different person. I always hated dogs back then, but I wasn't as active like I am now. It wasn't as prevalent, wasn't as known as it is now. If 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 I was the guy today back then and I seen this dog coming into the classroom, I think I would say, hey, I am not going to be working in this classroom with this dog in there. I would have probably said that. Again, I hate dogs. I probably should have burned my hand after this, but unfortunately, there's one occasion. Again, I try to stay away from the dog as much as possible. There was two teachers, and I just two teachers in the room, me and the other lady, and I tried to stay away from the dog as much as possible. But one time she wasn't there, and fortunately that left me, responsible for this worthless mutt because it always stood up, always walked around, and then the teacher would always redirect the worthless mutt. So since she's not there, guess who you have trying to redirect this worthless thing? Me. And I kid you not, I touched that dirty, disgusting leash. I should have burnt my hand. I should have burnt my hand back then. And again, I hate dogs. Just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Couldn't. I just couldn't do it. And And the children, the couple of them made fun of me. A couple of them made fun of me because I was, horrible with this worthless mutt. That didn't bother me though. But man, anyways, I digress. But anyway, here we are. So, and again, I work with children way younger than this, and none of them needed these stupid things. Adam Reed is a 14-year-old Barrie resident who's on the autism spectrum. He goes to high school where he is in grade 9 and is doing well. His favorite activity school is studying digital art. Before long, he'll be off to college. But it wasn't always as hopeful as this. He and his family can thank the Lions Foundation, the Canada Dog Guys program. I say F them for this bullshit. Adam is on his second guide dog. A second guide dog. Well, what happened to the first? What happened to the first? Named Worthless Mutt. They've been teamed up since 2020. His previous service dog, Worthless Mutt, had worked with him since he was 2.5 years old. And these things cost, business, man. Business. They cost over $35,000 to breed, raise, train, and place. But like all these worthless mutts, they provide free of charge to Adam's family. Is it really free though? Because someone has to be paying for these things. The money has to be coming from somewhere. So they were struggling with him, and I guess they got him a dog. Places were asking between $10,000 to $50,000. This was the only agency that was free, so the maze was free. Little suspect here. I'm sure the waiting lists are much longer now. There's a waiting list for these worthless mutts. Al's first service dog, Totem, was much taller than Sean. The current dog, he is a lot stronger as well, which was more for Adam's safety because he would tend to run off. Okay, I've dealt with runners, and again, I don't know the whole case for this individual. Dealt with runners that would run off the school property, and it would require humans to go out and get him and bring him back and talk to him and bring him back, him or her back. This guy runs. What is this dog going to do, though? This guy runs. The dog's just going to go with him wherever he is. Dog's not going to talk him down. Dog's not going to take him back to the school. Dog's just going to go wherever he goes. And the dog can probably lead this child into oncoming traffic. Even worse, Pitbull could be out there looming, and boom. Anyways, the other one apparently is now retired from doing absolutely nothing. The dog retired from just walking, basically. But now he lives with his family, and it's probably still walking. Anyways. They say in the beginning, before they had service dogs, even simply outings to the grocery store were a challenge for the Reed family. Can I? Oh man, I might sound like an evil guy, but come on, parents. This I just think they're just lazy. I think they're just lazy. I think they're lazy, and they lack no patience. So they cave in to let a worthless mutt do what they're supposed to do. So basically, this thing of a dog is just a distraction. It's just a distraction. You go to the store, you'd have a meltdown, but you have to take him as he has to be introduced to things. And that's your job. As parents, that's your job. You shouldn't have kids if you're not a good parent. And this is what they say, you shouldn't have kids if you're not a good parent. We'd hear they would hear you shouldn't have kids if you're not a good parent. And then they go and get this child a dog, confirming they aren't good parents. And they're probably very loving. They're probably very loving and caring and etc. But if you require a dog to look after your own seed, a worthless mutt that can't look after their own seed who are worthless and filthy, then you are likely not as good of a parent. They probably do take care of this child very well. They feed him, they dress him, they give him clothes, shelter. I can respect that. But one thing I won't respect and I find really ridiculous is that they need a dog in order to basically distract the child. And mom didn't have to be a service dog. And what? And they're calling the mom a service dog. And they laugh about that. Since the dogs have come into our lives, it's been great. We've traveled to Europe, we've gone to Disneyland. So again, this dog is just a distraction. Just a distraction. He's gained so much independence just having the dog with him. He's more confident to go and do things. So, will this dog ever just go away? Will he ever be able to just do things without a dog? Or is this a forever thing? Where he's going to require a dog being with him 24/7 in college, in work? I'm not always beside, they are not always beside each other, but they are very in tune with each other. They don't have to be beside each other all the time. These dogs gave us our lives back. Again, just a sign of being lazy and not doing what you're supposed to do. You're getting this drugged up, filthy ass crap to pretty much distract your son so you can do whatever you want to do. So the dog will sit on his lap if he's sad and angry to make him more calm. Can we just get a stuffed animal and do the same thing? Maybe a robotic stuffed animal. This thing's a service dog, and they will let little kids pet this worthless mutt while he's working with Adam, which is unheard of with most other service dogs. They say, I'm gonna try to get up through this right now. Kind of a long article. Sean is like a Jekyll Hyde in a certain way. They say when the service dog vest is on, he's all business. Or maybe because they drug it up. Maybe because they drugged it or they fed it, they conditioned the dog using the vest and food. Dog has the vest on, they give it food for doing what they command the dog to do. The vest is on, dog, I give you food, you do this. The vest is off, the dog changes. So it's all conditioning here. It just seems like the vest is a part of the conditioning of these worthless mutts. And they add, when the vest is removed, however, it's like a switch, he's been flipped and he's instantly ready to play. This is scary, guys. This is scary. This is conditioning. Again, I don't care for the dog, but it's like, this is like some scary ass conditioning. When the vest is on, this dog acts one way. They take it off, the dog becomes another way. This is conditioning. How is this not abuse? How is this not slavery? And yeah, now we are hoping that by the time Adam is ready for a new service dog, he won't need another service dog. Good luck with that. Even if he doesn't need another service dog, he's likely going to get another dog and eventually just put a vest on it and thinking, hey, this thing can do what this other dog did. But anyways, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And like we talked about in this article, a lot of these dogs in various countries are a nuisance to people. They spread diseases, they're annoying, they attack people, they hurt people, they kill people. It's a big problem in a lot of places, and Canada wants to bring these nasty things into the country. But in this article, the Canadian geese, the Canada geese, they're saying that they're a nuisance. So what do? They bring these demons, these devils, to deal with them. This is in Ohio. So they're dealing with our Canadian geese over there by using dogs because they find these Canadian geese a nuisance. They're everywhere. That's how I feel. That's how other people feel about dogs, but nothing really happens. Nothing happens. They're there. Like, no one does anything to deal with them. But as soon as some other animal, real animals, become a problem, they want to bring dogs to deal with it. They want to deal with the problem. But if dogs are the problem, they don't do nothing to do it. They do nothing. And then when people take matters into their own hands by killing these dogs, all of a sudden now it's, oh no. But then why didn't you do something in the first place? A lot of people don't want to kill dogs. But when problems get worse and the governments aren't doing anything, no one wants to do anything, owners don't want to do anything, dog lovers don't want to do anything about it, people gotta take matters into their own hand. Now, with the Canadian geese, they're using dogs. They're using dogs to get rid of them. So they even have a geese chaser where they use these worthless things to get rid of these real animals. Again, I don't know how bad it is down there. Where I am, it's not. Um, in my area, it's not really a problem. I see them, but they just keep to themselves. Just small flocks. They keep to themselves. They stay on the grass. They don't bother anyone. You can pass by them. They won't bother you. I know sometimes they can be a little aggressive, but I have never seen them aggressive. They do their thing. They keep to themselves and they go away. I don't see a leash on any of these geese. No one has to train them. They're not being rescued. And they treat everyone. I don't know. I guess we can say there's like this mutual respect. But with dogs, it's a totally different game. You gotta train it. You gotta put a leash on it. You gotta rescue it. You gotta put it in a shelter. You gotta feed it. Gotta drug it up. Gotta put a vest on it. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta pay for it. You gotta do this. Gotta get training. You can't walk too fast. You can't yell. No loud music. You can't touch the dog's dish. The dog has to wait to wait to eat. The dog has to listen to you. You gotta pet your dog. Gotta do this. Gotta walk your dog. Gotta pick up your dog shit. You gotta let the dog piss. Gotta groom your dog. All this stuff for a dog. Well, these Canadian geese just do their thing. These geese are flying miles across the world, or at least across North America, while dogs themselves are suffering on the streets. It's not fair. Look at this. It's not fair. And if these geese wanted to, they can they can become aggressive. They can be aggressive, and I guarantee if they wanted to, I think multiple of these geese can really do damage to this worthless mutt. Yeah, it's not fair how real animals like this, I mean, can be called a nuisance when I'm not sure what's going around in Ohio, but they're building a lot of homes. They're just dismantling a lot of wood, forest area, grass area, building homes, building condos. So what do you expect? But at least these things aren't barking at people, aren't attacking people. But dogs is a totally different story. Totally different story. I mean, you can look at these things and it could just calm you down. Look at a dog, it's like, ugh. Um, in Victoria, I'm sure this is Vancouver, BC. Assuming this is BC. Um, okay, they say dogs play an important role in health of the community. I live in Cadbro Bay. Pretty sure this is in BC with my loving worthless mutt. Happens to be a apparently a therapy mutt. who does good work when he is not working. He needs to enjoy life. He lives for running free along trails with me. His worthless health and mind both depend on this. I moved to this area specifically because of the wonderful opportunities to be outside with him, off leash and safe. If you do your research, you will learn and understand that dog parks are actually typically unsafe places. How this is funny. This is funny. You think how people praise dogs and worship them as perfect, as sweet, loving, caring, never harmful things. You think that having a dog park for these sweet, loving, never harmful things would not be a problem, but apparently it's a problem. Apparently it's a problem. They contain animals that become more fearful. They can't get away from a predator. They also encourage people to stand around talking, not paying attention to their dogs, which is when bad things happen. When people walk on trails and beaches with their worthless mutt, they pay a lot more attention. Also, passing people on dogs on narrow trails when dogs are leashed is a recipe for disaster. Dogs are more reactive and fearful on leash. Like all these, God, it's annoying. Gotta do all the oh my God, dogs have so much problems. Can't be on leash, have to be on leash. You're fearful on a leash. You're fearful at night, fearful at home, fearful this. It's too much. This is too much. When they are free, they greet each other quickly and move on. So, everyone has a dog. What am I reading? You simply cannot expect everyone who has a dog to use one tiny little fenced-in loop with it. What? You simply cannot expect everyone who has a dog to use one tiny little fenced-in loop. It will be mayhem. So these perfect little fur shits cause problems. Who would have guessed it? Who would have guessed it? But anyways, who cares? Who cares? This is not a people problem. This is a dog problem. And a lot of these people, they make it their problem when it has nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us whatsoever. We make it in such a huge big deal for us when these dogs are the problem. They can't handle this, they can't handle that, they can't do this, they can't do that. When does it end? When does it end? They're bad with dogs, they're bad with people, bad with children, bad with night, bad with lightning, bad with noise, bad with leashes, bad with crates, bad with food. When does this end? I don't care if this is a therapy dog. Grow some courage, grow some heart, grow some compassion, grow some independence, and fix up your damn life. If you need a damn dog to do what if you need a damn dog to do what you're supposed to do, then you're useless. You're useless. Therapy dog. What do you mean therapy dog? Is a dog doing therapy? Is a dog talking to you or something? Oh, therapy dog. Dog does nothing but stand there. Shit, do absolutely nothing. And you're picking up its dog shit. people just drive me crazy. Not really big news, but I want to say heads up to the Newfies in Newfoundland this week, June the 19th to the 25th. Um, they're going to be having where is it again? Dog Days. It's a dog days at the Botanical Garden, which only happens once a month. So for 12 times in a year, but heads up for upcoming June 25th. Um, Sunday, June 25th, for an afternoon exploring the trails with your worthless mutt. They say dog these will happen the fourth Sunday afternoon each month through October. All dogs must remain on leash. I wonder why. And under their okay, wait. Let's rewind for a little bit. The other lady said when the dog is on the leash, they're more fearful and reactive. So now they're bringing all these dogs in one place on a leash. So are they going to act fearful and stressful now? Like again, this dog culture, it's just so dumb. It's so stupid. And I know they make up stuff, but like they say one thing and then they do something else. The lady clearly says, if I can find it. Um uh, Lady says, dogs are more reactive and fearful on the leash. Dogs are more reactive and fearful on the leash. But in this upcoming thing, they want dogs on a leash. So are dogs going to be more fearful on the leash now? It doesn't make sense. Like it really doesn't make sense. And they say they're gonna be water bowls, food, and extra waste. This is disgusting. Disgusting. Waste. This is disgusting. Anyways, look at this. Dogs get in for free. Well, people have to pay the regular price. Even though this thing is about dogs and it's for dogs. They all get in free, but you people, even though it has nothing to do with you, you gotta pay. What a scam. What a scam. Okay. So what I realized in Canada, I'm not sure if this is ever heard of it in the United States or whatever. The Prince Margaret Cancer Center. It's like a charity health organization that deals with cancer and probably other illnesses. But what I realized, their mascot is a dog, and they call this dog Hope. So Prince Margaret Cancer Center uses a worthless mutt, and they name that dog Hope. So this dog is a symbol. This dog is a can't really see it, but see what it is. But this dog is a symbol for good health, pretty much, for hope. A dog. They're using a worthless, disgusting, filthy incompetent, lazy piece of crap dog, and they put the word hope on it. And this is a symbol. This is a their symbol. Using a dog as a symbol for health. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't make these things up. This is what's happening. Where dogs, even though they're worthless, disgusting, they are somehow being represented as something that's supposed to be, good, supposed to be prosperous, something that's supposed to be, healthy, life. They're using a dog, which, pretty much is toxic to the environment. They, cause people a lot of problems. They cause people a lot of problems. They do more harm than actual good. They're slaves. They are just, dogs are just the worst. And here we have them being used as a symbol for good health. Can't make this up, people. Can't make this up. That's dognuttery in Canada for you. I hope you had a good laugh, at least. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you agree. Maybe you disagree. But this is dognuttery in Canada. We're going to end it there. This is another Worthless Mutts. And remember, it's okay to hate dogs.